Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, is this just aging, or is my body asking for help? It's a quiet question, one that lingers in the early mornings when your joints ache before your feet hit the floor. One that echoes during another restless night, interrupted by bathroom trips or shallow sleep. One that surfaces when you notice your digestion isn't quite right, your hair feels thinner, or your skin just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Most of us, especially after 60, are told to accept it, that these small discomforts are just part of growing older. And we do. We push through the fatigue, we mask the pain, we adapt, and slowly we start to believe that this is just how life goes now. But what if that's not the full story? What if those aches, those restless nights, those changes in your body weren't signs of aging, but quiet signals from your body asking for support? And what if the support your body needs isn't locked away in a bottle of pills or an expensive procedure, but already sitting on a shelf in your kitchen? Today, I want to introduce you to a forgotten remedy, a combination of just two simple ingredients: castor oil and baking soda. This isn't hype. It's not a miracle cure. It's a gentle but powerful routine that's been quietly passed down through generations, and now supported by modern science. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how it works. You'll discover how this blend can help ease joint pain, promote deeper, more restful sleep, soothe your digestion, support hair growth, and even calm inflammation, all without a single prescription. So if you're tired of managing symptoms and ready to reconnect with how your body should feel, comment "ready to heal" below. Because today, we stop masking the symptoms and we start listening to the body. Today, we return to what works. Castor oil, the healer that goes deep. Let's begin with something you may have walked past 100 times at the pharmacy. Castor oil. Thick, golden, unassuming. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This oil is one of nature's most potent healers. At the heart of castor oil's power is a unique compound called ricinoleic acid. This isn't found in any other oil in such high concentrations. What makes it so special is its ability to penetrate deep beneath the surface of the skin, reaching the layers of tissue where inflammation often hides. Unlike creams that sit on top and offer momentary relief, castor oil soaks in. It gets into the fascia, the joints, even the lymphatic system. And once it's there, it gets to work. Now, you might be surprised to know this isn't some new wellness trend. Castor oil has been used in healing traditions for thousands of years, from ancient Egypt to Ayurvedic medicine to rural America. And during World War II, it was so valued that the U.S. military included it in their survival kits for wounds, for infections, and for mechanical needs. It was trusted. It was versatile. It worked. Modern science now confirms what our ancestors already knew. Castor oil supports lymphatic drainage, helping the body clear out stagnant fluid and toxins. It's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and deeply moisturizing. People have used it for everything from easing arthritis pain to calming skin conditions to promoting restful sleep. And the best part? It's completely natural. No prescriptions, no harsh chemicals, no long list of side effects. Just one ingredient that works with your body, not against it. Imagine placing a warm cloth soaked in castor oil over a sore joint. You don't feel a jolt or a sting. You feel warmth. You feel softening. You feel your body slowly saying, thank you. But healing isn't just about going deep. It's also about activating. And that's where an unexpected ingredient changes everything. Baking soda, the cellular catalyst. When you hear the words baking soda, you probably think of your pantry, your refrigerator, or maybe your favorite cookie recipe. But what if I told you this humble white powder is one of the most underrated healing tools in your entire home? Let's start with something simple. Your body is constantly working to stay balanced, not just emotionally, but chemically. Every organ, every cell, depends on a very delicate balance between acid and alkaline. And here's the problem. As we age, stress, processed food, medications, and chronic inflammation push our systems into a more acidic state. That acidity is not just uncomfortable, it creates an environment where pain, stiffness, and fatigue thrive. That's where baking soda comes in. As a natural alkalizer, baking soda helps your body push back. It doesn't just sit on the skin, it works at the cellular level, drawing out toxins, reducing surface inflammation, and supporting better blood flow to the tissues beneath. Let me break it down. When applied topically, baking soda interacts with your skin's surface to calm irritation and neutralize pH imbalances. It's like giving your body a gentle signal that it's safe to heal. Studies show that even a slight rise in alkalinity can improve immune function, reduce joint inflammation, and enhance oxygen delivery to the tissues. That means less swelling, better circulation, and faster recovery. But the real magic happens when baking soda meets castor oil. Castor oil acts like a delivery system. It opens the skin's pathways and drives the alkalinity of baking soda deep into the body's tissues. This is what we call cellular activation. Instead of just calming symptoms on the surface, this duo goes to work beneath the skin, where pain, inflammation, and tension are often trapped for years. We've heard countless stories, people who suffered from sore knees, tight shoulders, or belly bloating, and who found relief not through pills, but through this simple, natural combination. It's not a gimmick. It's chemistry rooted in common sense. And the best part? You're not ingesting anything. You're not putting strain on your liver, your kidneys, or your stomach. You're supporting your body from the outside in a way that's gentle, intentional, and incredibly effective. But what happens when you actually put these two together, castor oil and baking soda, into one healing pack? What does that look like? And more importantly, what does it feel like after 7 days of use? That's exactly what we'll show you next. How to make the 2-ingredient healing pack. Let's take everything we've learned so far and turn it into something you can actually do today. This healing pack isn't complicated, and that's part of its power. You don't need a prescription, you don't need fancy equipment, and you certainly don't need to spend hundreds of dollars. You just need 2 ingredients and a few quiet minutes of your time. Here's what you'll need. 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed castor oil. Make sure it's unrefined and hexane-free. This version contains the most healing properties. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Regular baking soda from your kitchen is perfectly fine. Just make sure it's fresh, not expired. A cotton cloth. This could be a clean piece of an old t-shirt, a flannel pad, or soft gauze. The key is softness and absorbency. A piece of plastic wrap or parchment paper. This will help keep the oil from soaking into your clothes or sheets. a towel or heating pad, to gently warm the area and help the remedy sink deeper. Now, here's how to make the compress. Step 1. Mix your 1 tablespoon of castor oil with the 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda in a small bowl. Stir slowly with a spoon until you get a thick, slightly cloudy blend. It shouldn't fizz. It should feel soft and slightly grainy. Step 2. Take your cotton cloth and soak it in the mixture. You want it to be damp, not dripping. Step 3. Place the cloth directly on the area of your body you want to support. That could be your lower abdomen if you're using it for prostate health or digestion. Your joints, like knees or wrists, if pain and stiffness are your concern. Your belly, to aid bloating or sluggish digestion. Your chest, if you're dealing with congestion or respiratory tightness. Your scalp, gently wrapped if you're hoping to support hair growth. Step 4. Cover the cloth with a layer of plastic wrap or parchment paper to lock in the oils. Step 5. Place a towel or a low-temperature heating pad over the area. The warmth helps the castor oil penetrate and the baking soda to begin drawing out toxins and calming the tissue. How long should you leave it on? Start with 30 to 45 minutes. If your skin tolerates it well, you can gradually work up to overnight use, especially for deeper joint or abdominal concerns. How often should you do this? Try it 3 to 5 times per week for at least 2 weeks. Healing is a process, not a race. The more consistent you are, the more your body begins to respond, gently, naturally, and without pressure. Many people make this part of their evening routine: a soft cloth, a warm pad, and some quiet music or meditation. And what began as a remedy turns into a ritual, a space of calm in a noisy world. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. The act of showing up for yourself with care and intention is already the beginning of healing. So now you know the how. But the real question is, what happens when you do this for 7 days in a row? The stories may surprise you. Let's take a look. What happens in just 1 week? Let me tell you something that might sound surprising. Healing doesn't always come in loud breakthroughs. Sometimes it comes in quiet, steady shifts. Not overnight miracles, but moments when you stop and realize something's different. That's exactly what happened to Richard. Richard is 71 years old. A retired postal worker with a sharp mind, a soft heart, and one problem that had slowly taken over his life: his prostate. Every night, like clockwork, he would wake up 2, 3, sometimes 4 times just to use the bathroom. Sleep was broken, energy drained, and morning felt like a chore, not a beginning. When he heard about the castor oil and baking soda remedy, he didn't jump right in. "I've tried everything," he told me. "I'm not chasing another internet fix." But something about it felt safe, familiar. So he gave it a chance. 3 times that week, he warmed the oil, added a pinch of baking soda, soaked his cloth, and gently laid it across his lower belly before bed. On night 3, he woke up only once. On night 5, not at all. "I thought it was a fluke," he said. But then it kept happening. By the end of the week, Richard wasn't just sleeping better. He was waking up hopeful. Then there's Elena. Elena is 66, and for years she's lived with digestive discomfort, bloating, tightness, and the feeling of being heavy even after light meals. Doctors told her it was just age. She tried teas, fiber powders, food journals. Nothing truly helped. She applied the same compress to her belly, just a small cloth, warm oil, and quiet time before bed. After 4 nights, she noticed something. She felt lighter in the morning. Her clothes fit better. Meals didn't sit like bricks. I didn't even realize how much tension I was carrying in my gut, she told me. It feels like my belly can finally breathe again. And finally, Mark. Mark is 59, a former contractor with knees that told the story of every ladder, every rooftop, every long day on concrete. The pain had gotten so bad, he started limping. Even short walks to the mailbox became something he had to brace for. He had already made peace with the idea that this was just part of aging. But one evening, he took the blend and gently massaged it into his knees. The next night, he did it again. By day 4, he felt the tightness ease. By day 7, he wasn't just walking without a limp. He was standing taller. "It's not that I feel young," he said. "I just feel able again." These stories are not about miracles. They're about moments. Moments when someone decided to listen to their body instead of ignoring it. Moments when care replaced frustration, and consistency became a quiet form of hope. Because what these people discovered wasn't just a remedy. It was a relationship. With their bodies. With healing. With time. And the beauty of it is, this is something anyone can do. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to believe blindly. You just need to begin with curiosity, with trust, and with a little cloth soaked in nature's wisdom. So now you might be wondering, what does the science actually say about this? Is there proof behind the stories? Let's break it down, because the answers may be more surprising than you think. The 6 conditions this blend supports. Now that you've seen how real people are finding relief, let's get clear on exactly what this blend can help with and why it matters. This isn't just a feel-good story. It's a practical, body-wide solution rooted in both tradition and science. And here are the 6 key conditions where castor oil and baking soda work hand in hand to support healing. 1. Prostate inflammation. For men over 50, the prostate becomes a quiet source of disruption, especially at night. Castor oil's ricinoleic acid penetrates deep beneath the skin, calming inflammation and softening the surrounding tissue. Baking soda, applied topically, helps neutralize local acidity and draw out swelling. The result? Reduced pressure on the bladder and fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. 2. Joint pain. Whether it's from arthritis, old injuries, or general wear and tear, joint discomfort becomes part of life for many of us past 60. This blend soothes aching knees, stiff wrists, or tight shoulders. Castor oil's natural anti-inflammatory properties increase circulation to affected areas, while baking soda gently helps break down lactic acid buildup, bringing movement back to where it's been lost. 3. Hair loss and thinning. Hair loss isn't just cosmetic. It impacts confidence, identity, and how we carry ourselves. Castor oil acts as a natural DHT blocker, the hormone behind much of age-related hair thinning. It also nourishes the scalp with vitamin E and essential fatty acids. Combined with a pinch of baking soda, The blend clears clogged follicles and restores balance to the scalp's pH, creating a healthier environment for regrowth. 4. Digestive discomfort. From sluggish digestion to chronic bloating, many of us deal with gut issues that slow us down. When applied externally over the abdomen, castor oil stimulates peristalsis, the natural wave-like movement of the intestines. Baking soda further supports digestive calm by reducing acidity and encouraging detox through the lymphatic system. Together, they create a gentle, non-invasive way to support regularity and comfort. 5. Skin health and brightening. Castor oil penetrates the skin's deepest layers, helping to stimulate collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep skin firm and smooth. It fades dark spots, softens lines, and nourishes from within. Add baking soda, and you've got a mild exfoliant that also helps lighten hyperpigmentation, especially when used consistently over time. This is your natural glow, reawakened. 6. Poor circulation. If your hands and feet feel cold more often, or your legs tire easily, circulation might be the root cause. Castor oil increases the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that helps blood vessels relax and expand. This allows more oxygen and nutrients to reach your tissues. Baking soda helps remove surface tension and acidity in those areas, further enhancing blood flow and energy levels. These 6 areas, prostate, joints, hair, gut, skin, and circulation, aren't isolated issues. They're all connected. When one improves, so often the others follow. With all that potential, it's tempting to jump right in. But before you start using this remedy, there are a few safety rules you must know. Let's walk through them carefully so you can get the most benefit with the least risk. Safety first. 5 rules before you start. Before you experience the healing benefits of castor oil and baking soda, there's one important truth to remember. Natural doesn't always mean harmless. This blend can be a powerful ally in your self-care routine, but only when used with intention and awareness. These 5 safety rules will help ensure that your body receives the full benefit, with none of the avoidable setbacks. Rule 1. Never apply undiluted baking soda directly to the skin. Baking soda may seem gentle. It's in toothpaste and deodorant, after all, but used alone on the skin, especially repeatedly, it can disrupt your skin's natural barrier. It's alkaline, which is what gives it its detoxifying strength, but that same property can lead to dryness, irritation, or even burns when used in excess or without a carrier. Rule 2. Always mix baking soda into castor oil, never the reverse. When preparing your healing pack, add the baking soda into the castor oil, not the other way around. This ensures that the powder disperses properly and that the oil maintains its integrity as the delivery vehicle. Adding oil to baking soda can lead to clumping or uneven concentration, which may irritate the skin or reduce the remedy's effectiveness. Rule 3. Do a patch test. Especially if you're applying near the face or sensitive areas, even natural remedies can trigger reactions if your skin is sensitive, or if you're new to using castor oil topically. Before applying a full compress, test a small amount of the mixture on the inside of your forearm or behind your knee. Wait 20-30 minutes. If there's no redness, itching, or irritation, you're likely good to go. Rule 4. Always use a cloth barrier. Never apply the mix directly to bare skin. The compress method isn't just for convenience, it's for protection. A soft, clean cotton cloth allows slow, even absorption and prevents the mix from overwhelming your skin. It also keeps the oils from staining clothing or bedding and avoids mess. Think of the cloth as a gentle filter, allowing the remedy to do its work with grace and control. Rule 5. Do not take this blend internally unless guided by a medical professional. Castor oil has been used for internal detox for generations, and baking soda has its own history in digestion support. But that doesn't mean everyone should be taking it by mouth. Especially if you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or are on prescription medications. Internal use could do more harm than good. External application is powerful and safe when done properly. Leave internal use to those under supervision. These aren't just technicalities, they are invitations to use the remedy with respect. Because when you approach healing with care, it responds in kind. Natural doesn't mean reckless. Used with awareness, this remedy becomes a gentle ritual, one that supports your health instead of disrupting it. But now, let's move into something deeper. Because as much as this blend soothes pain, reduces swelling, and supports better sleep, its true power might lie in what it restores inside of you. Let's talk about that next. The deeper gift of healing. This remedy may start at the surface, with an oil, a cloth, a moment of quiet. But very quickly, something deeper begins to unfold. Because this journey you're on isn't just about easing joint pain, calming your stomach, or seeing hair return to the scalp. It's about something far more personal. It's about getting your rhythm back. That feeling of waking up and noticing your body doesn't resist you anymore. The way your knees move with more ease, how your belly feels light instead of bloated, how you sleep through the night without counting the hours till morning. It's about partnership, your body working with you, not against you. So often we're told that growing older means decline, disconnection, and discomfort, but that story is incomplete because healing is still possible. And not just healing of symptoms, but of trust, of rhythm, of relationship with your body. You deserve to feel well, not because you're chasing youth, but because you're honoring life in all its seasons, with all its wisdom. To heal isn't to erase time. It's to make peace with it. It's to choose softness over struggle, ease over exhaustion, presence over pain. And the beauty of this remedy, castor oil and baking soda, is that it invites that peace back into your body in the gentlest of ways. No loud promises, no instant miracles, just a quiet, consistent shift that says, I'm ready to care for myself again. So now, the only real question is, are you ready to begin? You're not too late. You're right on time. You don't need more pills. You don't need more pressure. What you need is permission. Permission to listen to your body, to slow down, to trust your own hands. You already have what it takes. You already have what you need. Relief is a fantasy. It's a practice, one you can begin right now. Comment, "Ready to heal" below, if today feels like the right day to begin again. Like this video if you learned even one thing that spoke to your heart. And don't forget to subscribe, because here we bring you natural, science-backed guidance for real life, especially after 60. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting for you to remember how to listen.